So, as long as I've been watching YouTube, I've been watching a channel called Cinema Sins. So today, as I was scrolling through YouTube, I came across TV Sins, and I found some Doctor Who ones, and some Brooklyn Nine-Nine ones, and loads of TV Sins of TV programmes that I love. So, I'm going to be starting off with Doctor Who, i.e. my #1 fandom. So, get ready. Everything wrong with Doctor Who, The Christmas Invasion, i.e. one of my favourite episodes of all time. Here we go.
Turn it off! Joe, shut up!
So the TARDIS is smart enough to know where in time and space to go, and advanced enough to blend into its environment, but it can't do anything about the landing sounds that are apparently loud enough to hear over loud music, and someone using a hammer and chisel in a garage several blocks away before it's even materialized?
Yes, the TARDIS is supposed to be able to blend in. That is covered. It's supposed to be blending in. It doesn't necessarily know where to go. It depends who you ask. It's sometimes just a vehicle. But it's a bit more than a vehicle, as we find out in the episode when the Doctor's wife, I believe it's called, when the TARDIS actually becomes a human being. Love it. I love that episode. It's a great one. But she also mentions that like he is useless with the TARDIS. He doesn't know how to even open the doors. And River Song mentions this point, which is the Doctor he leaves the brakes on when he lands the TARDIS. He leaves the brakes on, which is why it makes that noise. And also, the Doctor has just regenerated. He can't even land the TARDIS properly. It bangs against the buildings. So, the brakes are going to be heavily on. He's probably going a lot faster than he should do. So, yeah, the brakes are going to be squealing, and Mickey probably would be able to hear it. Plus, Mickey and Jackie, before this episode, they've sent Rose off. She looked into the heart of the TARDIS and just disappeared. They've been listening for the TARDIS for God knows how many months. They've been waiting for Rose to come back, hoping against hope that she's not dead. Because, yeah, so in the back of their minds, even if they're in the garage as even if they're in the garage as Mickey is at the start of this episode, of course he's going to be listening for the TARDIS, because the woman that he loves at this point is in that TARDIS.
They will still say we should take him to hospital. We can't. They'd lock him up. They'd dissect him. One bottle of his blood could change the future of the human race.
How is it even remotely possible this scenario has never happened before? As much as the Doctor's been involved with in this world, at least once someone would have dropped him off at a hospital.
He was dropped off at a hospital. He was dropped off at a hospital in the TV movie that every Doctor Who fan kind of forgets about. But the Seventh Doctor was shot several times. That's why he regenerated. But he was taken into surgery. They pronounced him dead, and then he was put in the morgue, and that is where he regenerates.
Is that a different face, or is he a different person? How should I know?
Not gonna lie, regeneration may be one of the smartest sci-fi concepts for television ever invented. You could argue that this single idea is what has allowed this show to stay relevant since 1963, with the ability to breathe fresh life into it wherever it's needed. It's a game changer, and well worth a few sins off.
Yeah!
Go on, Rose, tell us another one, because I swear I could listen to it all day. TARDIS this, TARDIS that.
Geez, Mickey, it's not like she's droning on about serving wankers at the local chip shop. She's traveling through time. How are you not interested?
He's not interested because the man she's travelling through time with, she's got a crush on. Of course he's not fucking interested. Mickey is Rose's boyfriend, but at this point, he's trying to scramble together their relationship, trying to get her back. But she's not interested. She wants to talk about travelling with this other man. Of course he's not going to care.
The pilot fish mean something.
Character has very important information, but can't get it out before collapsing cliche.
He does get it out though. Something's coming. He moves his priorities from saving himself to saving Rose, Mickey, and Jackie, and that's to tell them that something is coming. That get ready, sort of thing. So he does get it out. He just doesn't get out the fact that he needs a good cup of tea.
So what the Doctor means is we had them, now we get that.
And thankfully, Mickey knew about the website explanation video for whatever random bit of info you were given by a time-traveling-doctor.com.
Mickey is smart and good with computers.
Take a look, I got access to the military.
So we're just gonna yada yada that whole Mickey has access to the military mainframe part of this whole thing? Cool.
You haven't watched earlier episodes, have you, mate? Mickey literally threw a missile at 10 Downing Street. He's got access to UNIT. He probably wouldn't have given up access since the last time the Doctor helped him get access to UNIT. Plus, he's smart. He could hack UNIT again. If you're going to bash Doctor Who, read up on it first.
Must be the Doctor. He's broken.
You do eventually have the Doctor in this Doctor Who episode, right? I feel like we're spending most of our time with him out of commission, and his Doctor crew just flailing around like they haven't a Doctor clue what the Doctor do. This Doctor flu is making me Doctor Blue.
You think you're so funny. Come on! By the way, there are many, many Doctor Who episodes that the Doctor doesn't appear that much in. For instance, Blink, which is gone down as one of the best episodes in New Who. Yeah, okay, the Doctor's not that much into this, but it does make it credible that he's not that much into this because, of course, he's just regenerated and he hasn't regenerated properly. This happens to quite a lot of Doctors. When they regenerate first, they either are out of it for a bit, or they go full on insane. They try and murder a companion and things like that. The Doctor does go crazy, and it's probably best to let him have a kip. This Doctor's doing, especially he needs tea. Someone just give him a cup of tea.
You really love him, don't you?
Yes, and I'm guessing that love will build through many years and develop into something special. And then the next thing you know, it's a bag of oranges, and they live happily ever after, right? Right?
One-third of the world's population. That's 2 billion people ready to jump.
Discount Thanos.
Really? You gonna mention Thanos? Wow. Thanos and the Sycorax are very different. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain this to you. Anyway.
Beg of you now, show that compassion.
To be fair, that could be the Sycorax version of a hug.
It's not.
Did you miss me?
Audience applause break.
I definitely applauded. When I watched it like a second and third time. The first time I was too like, okay, prove yourself, new Doctor.
But also, David f***ing Tennant, man. The passion, humor, intelligence, charisma, and gravitas he injects into this character in the next 15 minutes defines everything about why this show works. All the respect for my Doctor.
All that? One sin off? One sin off?
You accept my challenge? Or are you just a cranach pel gasa crisalva?
But if the TARDIS is still translating everything into the language of who hears it, why would this apparently profane insult be any different? Does the TARDIS have a BBC standards and practices chip?
There is actually talk in an episode with Donna, Fires of Pompeii. She actually says Latin to a Roman, and he thinks that she's speaking Celtic. So there is moments that the TARDIS translation matrix doesn't necessarily work in the correct way, sort of thing. There might just be no translation for that insult, and he just knows that insult, or he could just be saying it, and then they don't fully understand it, but know it's something bad, and go, oh my gosh, sort of thing. I always thought that the Doctor just knew there was no translation for it, so he just dissed them in their proper mother tongue.
You cut my hand off.
Yes, but you do have blood, right? I mean, I know you're about to Deadpool yourself a new skipper gripper and all, but unless those two hearts of yours are pumping air, shouldn't at least a little bit of blood seep out?
Family show. Christmas. Not going to show a lot of blood spurting out.
Witchcraft.
You mean like f***ing blood control? Just saying maybe don't throw stones at glass TARDISes, Sycoraxian warrior.
Blood control is basically hypnosis. Growing a hand back is not just like... It's not the same, basically. It's not the same.
So earlier when you said that she couldn't interfere by helping you or it violated the challenge, apparently tossing you a new weapon doesn't count?
He's just lost his weapon. There might be something within the rules of if they chop off your hand and the weapon falls, then he's allowed a new weapon. They're set in real duels. If they lose a weapon, they are entitled to a weapon before the duel can recommence.
It's a message from Torchwood. They say they're ready.
For what? To be a successful spin-off? It's debatable.
Love Torchwood. Love Torchwood so much.
Who? Doctor Who.
And that's a sin? Him picking an outfit is a sin? Yeah, there was a few good points in there, but mostly, watch Doctor Who more. if you're going to diss it like that. Please let me know if you want me to do another one of these. I probably will. I had quite good fun doing it. And also, if you have better points than I do, because sometimes I don't have the best way of phrasing it or the good words. Point proven! So please comment down below. Please give me a like and subscribe if you want more Doctor Who geeky adventures. So see you all next time. Bye!